I got 3 duplicates on the same bug bounty target, but here's what made this interesting. They were not the same type of dupe. One was a dupe of an NA, which means I probably should not have submitted it. One was a duplicate of an informative, where I found something interesting but failed to prove real impacts. And the last one is still open right now, but someone beat me to it by 2 minutes. So in this episode, I'm breaking down all 3, with each one exposed about my process and what I'm changing so I stop getting duped for stupid reasons. Welcome to episode 9 of Bug Bounty Field Notes. If you're new here, my name is Logan Sack. I've been a bug bounty hunter for the last 9 months now. I reported over 30 bugs on HackerOne alone, and I recently got my first valid bug on the Canadian government. This channel is me documenting the process of becoming a better hunter in real time. The wins, the mistakes, the duplicates, and the lessons that actually change how I hunt. Okay, so I got 3 dupes on 1 target. So not all duplicates are the same. So first one was of a non-applicable. So weak signal, should not have submitted. They have the informative, weak escalation. I did not even try to escalate. Complete laziness on my part, take 100% responsibility. And the dupe of a valid. This, I believe it's valid, but it's still open as of now. I believe it's valid because they haven't closed the first reporters one either, so I believe it's actually getting triaged and like pending or something. The first one was an open redirect. I got excited and submitted a weak bug. On average, you should normally should never submit a open redirect because these are like almost always non-applicables, not enough impact. But I was like, this platform, yeah. I was really just saying that because like I'd spent so long trying to get it in the first place, and then I realized there was nothing sensitive, even though I got the open redirect. I was mad. I was like, wasted all this time. Might as well submit, hope for the best. And that was lazy on my part. I shouldn't have done that. And rightfully so, I got an 8 and duped and lost 5 rep. So yeah, I got excited and submitted a weak bug. This was the payload. All the payload was you just had to put a @ sign, and then you could put the malicious URL. It worked. It did redirect the victim, but the impact was generic and resulted in 5 rep. 5 negative rep. Lesson: a real bug is not always a report-worthy bug. Remember that. Don't get greedy. Keep going. So the second one was a webhook SSRF. This, I haven't gotten this SSRF in a long time. Well, by gotten, I mean I haven't. I think I got something just like this, and I submitted just the same way I did here, and got it informative. So let's read this. The URL authority confusion with @. Once again, I realized like they don't seem to be checking for @. It doesn't seem to be in the block list or something like that. So I was able to use the same thing again to create something like this right here. URL http @attacker.com. The actual URL had to be https and then actual URL, but yeah. And then backend made outbound requests, status code / timing oracle. I submitted before escalation. It was weak. All it had was I could tell that the internal was real because it would take longer than if it didn't exist, which honestly didn't tell you that much. There was no information. There was no super long like error query or anything like that. But I just submitted because I was like, I got lazy. I was like, oh, I should escalate. I was thinking about more things, but I was like, a lot of people are submitting. Let me go ahead and submit this now. And I still got duped. If I got duped of informative, I took the time to escalate. I believe maybe, fingers crossed, that it would have actually been a valid, maybe even a crit. Okay, that might be pushing it. But yeah, but instead I got lazy. I didn't escalate. I just submitted, which you should not do. That's error on my part. But how did I go about finding this webhook SSRF in the first place? So there was a spot on this application that allowed users to input URLs for, it was like a dev thing. So a dev would like create something and there was like an API thing. And when other users would sign up, they would get a call to that URL saying like the user had signed up or something. So because they were able to enter URL and the URL had to be verified by the application, the application would make an outbound request to that URL. And therefore, I tried to point it inside and I was able to get past the URL authority with the @ confusion. So lesson: interesting does not equal impactful. If you cannot escalate and there's no impact, do not submit. And that takes me to the third dupe. Beaten by 2 minutes. I'm not gonna lie, I actually laughed when I saw that. I mean, I know like there was money on the line and everything, but it was still really funny. To me, it was funny. So, new assets, CLI only, strong is fine. So this was a new RPC, assets just dropped. It's like a crypto thing. Don't know too much about it, but I don't really know how to hunt when there's no UI. So I was like asking AI, going back and forth with, and I was like, oh, okay, there's actually something. So yeah, could access more than the user should. Reported fast, still late. Current status is new. It has not been closed yet, so I believe it's actually going to be accepted. But let me walk you through how I found the main thing to understand here is I noticed that these assets had just come out. New CLI assets detected, but I did not test them right away. The reason for this is because they looked harder to test. There was no UI, so I decided to go for the other things. I'll come back to it later. But if I had actually started there, I would have gotten the first report off, and this would not be a dupe. This would have been a valid, hopefully. But because of my laziness and deciding to take the easy path, like other hunters, I ended up getting duped by 2 minutes. So if a new asset has recently come out, I highly recommend, even if it is hard to test, you should start there because they will be less tested, especially if it's hard to test, it will be less tested. And since it's new, it's also going to be less tested. So that's like prime, start here, truly exhaust everything you can. Don't shy away because it's hard to test because it's hard to test, less people are going to test it, meaning you should be testing it. So lesson, sometimes the method is right. You were just a second. I was just a second late. So don't do that. Be there. Be ready. 3 dupes, 3 lessons. NA, should not have submitted it. I was being lazy. I was being immature. Should not have submitted it. 100% my fault. The dupe, once again, I was being lazy. I should have gone for escalation. And then the valid dupe, I should have been faster. Once again, a little bit of laziness because I did not decide to start where it was hard. I decided to start where I was comfortable, and therefore I ended up getting a dupe on something that I believe will be valid. Duplicates are feedback on your process. So it doesn't matter that I got dupes. I mean, it does, but what matters more is that I'm learning from I don't even like to call it fail because I didn't fail. I found real security issues, and now I'm just going back over it to better reinforce my new knowledge so I can go forth and hunt better. So I didn't fail. It was just first, second, third attempt. And I'm going to continue improving because of that. And you should do that with every single one of your reports, whether it's not applicable, duplicate, informative, valid. Do feedback. Think about what you did so you can improve and get better. So 3 rules going forward. Should I always ask yourself this? 1, should I report this? Is the impact real? Is it worth triage time? 2, escalate before you submit. Prove sensitive access, internal reach, or real abuse. 3, move faster on new assets. Monitor changes, test high-risk paths first. So, final takeaway. Find the bug, prove the impact, then submit. Stop chasing dopamine. Stop going for what's easy because it's going to feel better. Go for what's hard. Oftentimes, there will be more and better results there. Not every dupe is bad. You learn more from not getting the valid bug than you do from getting it. Because when you win, you feel like, I won. What do I need to learn? I'm great. But when you lose, you want to reflect and think. Reflect on both, but it's just easier to reflect when you lose. So dupes are not bad. It's a sign you're getting closer and you're improving. So my goal right now, stop getting dupes. I just touched the mic with my mouth. Oh, that's going to stay in the video, but whatever. My goal, stop getting duped for stupid reasons. Okay, by the way, this is the end of the video. I'm building a private list where once a week I send out the best bug bounty techniques I extract from real write-ups and my own hunting sessions. Link in the description below. This is going to be it for Logan Sack. If you liked the video, like and subscribe.